disappears as well on
Either
top
find
of
the
the
body
mountain.
or the head, or if they're together, or if they find them both, they're very far apart. That's a common occurrence
And
out
we have a
here.
phantom sniper out here.
There's the
that's been
phantom
happening
sniper,
since the
yeah.
1800s. Some of the heads will have a bullet hole through the skull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they
There's
might
some
even have one of
real
those down at
stuff.
the museum.
It might.
Sure.
Yeah, there's one that I don't even think they display. I think that I keep it hidden.
Yeah, because it's the
They're
real
superstitious. And,
deal. I'd like to get that here.
yeah, if they have it, maybe they'll let me like kind of buy it off them or something.
Yeah.
The headless murders of Superstition Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I might go in there and actually remind, because I
mean,
thought that a while ago, but now that we're up here,
Yeah, I think he'd
we
love
have
it.
more
up here.
weight. We might be able to like, hey, can we bring that up here? This is a great place.
So what's happening here?
So
as she is,
as she's going to be turning, you're going to see her keychain move.
Yes.
Of course, when she moves.
Yeah.
Then she'll be perfectly still, and now I want you to watch her other side. It's about 30 seconds long. So she's going to move right here. You see the keychain on her side
yes,
there?
yeah, pulling out on her side, and she feels it.
Right here, watch this.
Oh, she's not joking. Somebody's pulling on her keychain.
Somebody is pulling on that thing.
and she's not expecting it.
She's reacting in real time and asking her friend, hey, are you messing with me? And then this is her talking to the guide at the time saying, hey, something is just messing with me.
Yeah. And that was up in the caves.
Just below.
Oh, just below us. I gotta come back here. Yes.
There's they during the daytime they do a mine tour, so they go down into recreation of what had been the first layer of the mines back in the 1890s, and they tell you something like what it was like being a miner and all that stuff, and then it's like 15 minutes, nothing crazy. But we go on our ghost tours at night. We do an hour 45 minutes where we talk about all the buildings, and then we go down underground and only like we go lights out and you see if anything actually happened. Or of course, 20 minutes just being in the darkness and telling stories like that.
So those chairs are broken, but if you guys want to sit in any of the wood chairs on the couch, go for it.
Okay, thank you.
Well, then I guess it's.
No, ready?
You'll have to take catch
Okay.
I've already stood under it, so if it's gonna happen, it was gonna happen.
Riley's the perfectionist.
Kind of dark, doesn't
They do. We like it dark. My turn. It's kind of an honor to have him on the tour. I'm very curious if you can help us stir something up, or at least see if something wants to be stirred up. Right, so
I understand. Yeah, yeah.
Michael has a spirit box that he has, app on the phone type of spirit box. Does anybody want to hold that?
Unfortunately, our
If it
spirit
talks,
box
let
was
us
in
know.
a very weird
Yeah, we-
predicament. It looks like something took the back off and tried to take the batteries out. We couldn't find the back of the spirit box for quite some time. So
To destroy it, and we need to put it back together, hopefully by tomorrow. But with these devices you've been handed, and if that talks, it's a ghost trying to talk to you, supposedly, in theory. But now what we're going to do is follow me into the next room. Everybody does know that it's bedroom, Betty. I'm sure nothing's bad will happen. No, it's already talking. I want one. You want one what? All I said was sit on the bed, and it said I want one. I don't know.
Well, we are in the service room.
That's true.
which one of these grave souls do you want?
It's funny, I didn't realize you heard that. So, this much smaller room we have now entered is called the service room. And the service room is where the #1 most requested lady of the Bordello would have resided. Now, the women that worked here in the brothel, they're of course pretty good at getting the money from the miners that work down in the mine. And a full day's pay in the mine would have got you a full night in this room right here. But it wasn't always about the physical. Because the women that worked in the brothel were often more educated than the miners that worked in the mine.
Red spiked.
Is red to keep talking?
Red spiked. Keep talking.
Oh, nice. Getting that energy going as I talk about these women, because these women were very clever, often more educated, and were great at finding all kinds of different revenues of getting money from those men that had nothing to do with the physical. My personal favorite way they would do this, the charging for the reading and writing of letters to and from home for these miners that might have not otherwise been able to do so. I keep pointing to my left. I'm pointing towards where the mines are at. That's why I keep doing that. And then that just says hanged. It says hanged. That's brilliant.
We can talk about that later.
No, we're going to talk about it potentially now, actually,
Okay.
because that said hanged. No, because what I was literally about to say next, even though these women were so like pioneering for their time, they were still met with a lot of hardship. And sadly, the most common cause of death for women in this town was actually by them taking their own lives. And just about the cheapest way to do that would be hanged. So that is actually interesting. In this room in particular, they say that the spirits in here are very sad or very angry simply because they took their lives trying to escape just to find out that instead they were stuck here forever. And their attempts at escape sort of failed them miserably. You might also notice there's no windows in the room, and that is so that nobody could escape or enter the, not really escape, more like sneak in and out of the brothel. But it does mean if you were stuck here forever, you also might be stuck in a physical and metaphorical permanent darkness. It said brother. We have two brothers on the tour, don't we?
Yes.
The man that is the professional, that's your brother, correct?
Yes. Next to me.
That's the soul they want.
Is there some-
Well, one of the brothers. I don't know.
I was gonna say, is there a spirit in here that was listening?
Oh,
to the
yeah.
conversation?
Oh yeah, that just
Oh,
spiked.
yeah.
That just spiked massively when you asked that.
All right, so there is somebody here that is listening that has been here long enough to know of these two gentlemen entering the Bordello. Is there something in particular that you want to say to them?
Oh yeah.
What is that?
It says,
Spiked.
who is that?
Spiking.
It said, who is that? Are you referring to the man I'm pointing to now? Do you recognize him? He knows a lot about the paranormal.
I'm Glennie, Messenger Guardians Paranormal Investigation Studios. We're from up in the Northeast. Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
spiked.
It's spiked.
We're out of Vermont and London as well. And it's spiked.
I also feel very cold over here. I am by an air vent, but I
Nope,
don't
I've been.
But
it
it's
got,
not.
it got a weird cold that I'm not used
It's
to.
been-
'cause I stand here all the time.
She's-
It's been
Yeah.
cold.
Dana's
in
felt a
here.
weird
I've
cold.
been feeling a weird cold since
Yeah.
I've been in here.
Yeah.
Now, Matt, I
Mhm.
was thinking though, the spirit box done said, "Hey." That kind of reminds me of
Ooh,
the story.
the
and
moment
it
you said
knows
that.
where I'm going.
Yes.
That's right. Michael has a story that we witnessed in this room that
Mhm.
also might tie into that same hang, which also
Ooh.
happened very close to where he's standing while holding that spirit box. Yeah, go ahead and tell it, Michael.
Now, this night was many, many years ago when Matt and I were brand new to Goldfields. And we got the chance to come up here with a couple other folks and do some ghost hunting. And we were wandering around in the parlor, in the bedroom and such. Not much was happening. Well, when we got in here, we all got comfortable. Matt's right where he was, or is, and I'm where I'm at. There was a lady by the name of Heather sitting on the edge of the bed next to another gentleman. And we were doing what we're doing now, asking for contacting, a contact. Give us a sign that you're here, move something, knock on something. Well, Matt had literally just said, if you are here and you really want us to know that you're here, reach out and touch one of us. Let us know. Well, as soon as he did that, all of us in the room heard a choking kind of sound. And we're kind of taking out, is everybody okay? Is someone choking? Is everybody okay, right? And everybody said they were fine, except for Heather. Heather didn't say anything. We're like, Heather, are you okay? Again, all we heard. Instantly, Matt turned on a lighter so he could see Heather. Her hands were around her neck, like she was trying to get something off of her neck. And we could tell she wasn't breathing. Him and I grabbed her by the arms and we got her out of the room. Now, as soon as she got out of the room, She took a deep breath. She started crying, saying that something was around her neck, choking her, and she couldn't breathe. Now we proceeded to get her out of the room into the parlor. We got her on the couch, and she started to calm down, started to breathe normally again. And we started talking amongst ourselves, thinking maybe, just maybe one of them young ladies from the past might have reached out and touched Heather a little more than she was expecting. So do be careful what you ask for in here, because you might just get it.
That sounds like a person projecting their death state onto someone to get them to understand.
Yeah.
Could be. Now that said hanged a second time.
Wow.
Rarely does it repeat the word. It said hanged a
This is the
second
first
time.
time I've heard this spirit box repeat words since I started.
Mhm.
That's crazy. I love it.
So it said hanged before, and then you told that story right when you said, she said it felt like something around her throat. It said hanged.
Wow.
Yeah, she's projecting. She's in her death state, and she's still projecting that to someone who will listen. Yeah, it went down after, but it had been flaring for ages while you were talking.
Please listen.
Please listen, okay?
Okay.
We are listening.
Oh yeah, it just jumped.
There also, I heard a sound over here.
I
Did you
did.
hear that? Yeah.
Can we go silent for about 5 to 10 seconds for a moment,
All right, let's go ahead.
if you want to speak?
Was she hanged or was she murdered?
Okay. If there's anything there, I'll hear it later.
Cool.
Okay.
I almost want us to say.
It just spiked. You can. It just spiked. I gave my information up.
Oh, perfect.
It just spiked massively too, by the way.
You know, it's interesting because you said, wait 10 seconds, we'll go quiet. We also have theories and evidence that there are other spirits here that are somewhat dominant, and
Right.
if they don't want someone to speak, they'll prevent them.
Right.
Don't know if it's true, but we've seen evidence to support that it might be true.
They're telling. Yeah, there is a psychology behind it, a psychology of control. We learned it in physical life, but it's the same with those who've not crossed. They learn the same psychology of control because it works the same. So yeah, I would say it's close to true.
That's interesting. Now, it also said, what's that?
Suspicious.
Don't tell us I'm suspicious. Now, it also said, during the story, it said the word wash, and at first I said I didn't know what that means, but that could relate to the next room, which Michael's about to take us into the neighboring room, where the word wash actually might make more sense in there.
Oh, this thing is going crazy.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
It is going crazy.
Pretty much anywhere it's going to go crazy.
It is going crazy. There's no extra electromagnetic sources in here, are there? This thing's going mad. So everyone paying attention, it is going mad. Truly. Yeah. And you said there aren't any extra EM sources in here?
Nothing
that we
different
know
than
of.
what you normally would have. You know, we have the lights, but they're off.
Right.
That I'm going to debunk for you, man. That's the air conditioner. That's
That's
the air
the air
conditioner.
conditioner.
That was weird.
Now, if that wasn't moving and you weren't feeling the air, then I'd be concerned.
This is
Hesitant.
Don't be nervous to speak.
Now, it said wash in the other room, and the reason I'm interested in that, this is an old copper antique bathtub behind me. A lot of times the women would make the men take a bath before providing services after they worked in the mine, and this is the literal copper bathtub that they would have used. So I'm wondering if that's
Absolutely.
why I said wash. I'm
Um,
not sure.
it's pretty relevant.
Yeah. So is there anyone in here that is trying to speak to us about this bathtub? Is that what wash meant?
Axe.
Axe.
Like the weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
The
sure.
spirits sometimes like to tell the stories before we do. Like
They do.
multiple times will they choose a story that we're about to tell. So it's funny with the wash because they knew we were coming in here.
Yeah, we've noticed as we do these tours, we theorize that the
God.
we theorize. Well, I mean, there's the god of the mountain, because we theorize that these spirits do learn what our stories are about, and sometimes if we make like a small change or something, it'll say words like, no, go back, no, continue other way. Like we've had stuff like that, and it's like they like certain versions of the stories. Now, What's also interesting about this bathtub, which I'm interested what you guys have to say about it. I'll have Riley bring that in. There's a picture that I would love to share with you guys. Because this bathtub has a lot of strange history around it, and even the ghost adventurers caught weird things around this. So there's a lot of people that have investigated this tub, professional, amateur alike. Now, there's a picture someone took that wasn't originally of the tub. It was originally of the vanity mirror that is behind Michael. But naturally, this bathtub was reflected in that mirror. Now, in this first photograph, you'll notice nothing particularly strange. It's just a bathtub reflected in the mirror. Take note of the red curtain that is behind it here. But that same person, a moment later, took a second photograph again of the vanity. But this time, you'll notice something different about the bathtub. It almost looks as if there is a curtain-like shadow either draping down into the tub or rising out of it. It even goes as far as to physically block the perimeter of the bathtub right back here where my hand is now. And essentially, it's physically there. I mean, there's no denying that that's not a shadow in the background. That's physically inside the tub. Now, the very first time we presented this picture to the room, the spirit box said, "You just saw my shadow." So we're very curious if whatever is causing that is still here. Also, something else that wasn't originally noticed by us, it was actually noticed by a guest, and then we realized that after that picture was...
I want it.
I want it. Well, you can't have it. But I was going to say that after that shadow appeared, so did a small handprint right here on the back of the tub. We don't know what the handprint is about, but that looks like a handprint to me, and it never, I swear it was never there until after we examined it after looking at that picture that you all just saw. So, Spirit Box just said I want it. I'm not completely sure what it's referring to. Are you referring to anything related to the bathtub or maybe something else? Is there anything that draws you towards that picture right there? I don't know if you just kind of were curious or if you walked over there for a particular reason.
Curious, but it seemed to have a spike as I move back towards the middle of the room. Is there something causing the spike that's artificial?
The thing is, not long ago, there was a woman that came in that claimed to be a medium. I don't know her background, but she frightened a few people when she interrupted and said, "I don't mean to alarm anyone, but there is a man standing in that corner."
Well, that corner
Now,
drew me. So.
Well, when she said it, there was a K2 meter very near it. It went from green and just held on red. And there was another woman standing near it that said she got so cold she had to walk away. We have also started to notice, it's going to sound cliche, but a woman in white walking around in the room. I saw it and thought I was going crazy, and then I realized another woman that works for us has seen it twice, and Riley also saw it on one of our nighttime tours. None of us having shared that information until we realized, in continuation, we're all seeing the same thing. We weren't sharing details, especially Riley. He knew nothing of it. It said died?
Guide.
Oh, nice.
are the
Hello.
guide.
That's awesome. And then, in fact, Sonia and Mike haven't been updated on this yet, but on the very last tour, we mentioned that woman in white for maybe the first time. And there was another guest that also felt very cold and drawn suddenly to that corner. And he pointed out a detail that we haven't discussed yet. There's a woman in white in that photo. Now, the woman in white in the photo is interesting because her dress looks very similar to what we think we're seeing, and that photo has not been there long. The girls that work on this tour were recently going through drawers, seeing what they could find. Very much like it. We actually let them go through old drawers and pull things out, and they put that picture up the day before we started seeing the woman in the white dress. Also, they described the man in the corner as tall. That gentleman looks tall in the photo, and that picture was not there when she said the man was in the corner. So I wonder if we found a photo of two people that are still here. It's kind of all new information, but literally some of that information is 30 minutes old. But
when we started talking about the woman in white on the very previous tour, the spirit box said the word scream. The first time Matt thought he saw the woman in white, he thought there was a guest wandering in this back room watching the screen of the TV because of the ghost adventures we have on there.
So when I brought her up, it said screen.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure if you're watching the screen or... It's interesting. So there's a lot going on with this story that's all happening at once, and that's kind of what we do in Fear Frontier. Aside from tours, we learn as we go. We never fake anything. We don't have to. We learn just like our guests do.
Exactly.
So-
That's where the most fun comes from. is
Exactly.
All this faking nonsense. That takes so much effort, and why do it?
I know exactly. I'm like,
Disagree with
if you
you, too.
couldn't sleep at night, you're faking, you know?
It's spiking.
literally
It's spiking as I say that.
They like it.
Yeah. So we might be tapping into a brand new
So do we
story.
help it? Do we help it find? It said it's lost. Like,
I mean,
I always said it is-
it is good to help them.
Yeah,
You're always
find
gonna find the light. You're always gonna have spirits come around. So, but they do deserve to be able to move on home.
right.
You know.
And it's
True.
interesting because when it said I am lost, because in my opinion, every time I see this white dressed figure, it kind of looks like it's stumbling back and forth, like it's confused. And I wonder if that has anything to do with that, just saying that I'm lost.
You know.
The shadow of the mountains
It also hit
is
it hit red when I mentioned that too.
The
Yeah.
shadow of the mountain is very large. Anywhere it could be a holder of the souls. If they wandered to this side of the mountain when they died on the other side of the mountain, maybe they're having a problem finding their way back to this
Maybe.
side.
And again, the mountain is a psychological effect, of like anything would be. If they believe that that's what that it's holding them, they won't go. If they believe it's holding them, but if they don't believe it's holding them and they can leave, then they'll have the ability to leave,
When you said the word leave,
go home, to move over onto the other side, to
over.
finally cross over and to not be and become unstuck from here.
so does it want to go home now? Because when you said leave, it like spiked.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
the more
just-
you talk about leave,
Yeah, she seems whoever it is seems to really want to go.
she wants. Yeah, she
And
wants
if
to
we can
go.
find a way to at least concentrate on opening a doorway for her, you know, because others will be here.
Definitely attempt to do.
Others
she
will
wants to
come.
leave. I think leave is the operative thing.
Is the
That
operative
thing is
one.
Going red every time you.
You
say
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Go away a lot on the spirit box.
Lately we
It's
have.
once every day.
We've been hearing just the past few days. Just about every tour,
Yep.
except for this one, we've been hearing a voice or in the spirit box say, "Leave, go away."
Flashlight.
Well, I thought it said, "Please leave." I was like, "Wait," and I wonder if now, because we're talking about this
About helping them.
yeah, that
Yeah,
it's
help.
like, wait,
Not
don't
about
say.
making spectacle of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which is not, I'm not saying that's what you guys
No,
are
no,
doing
of
over
course,
there.
I know what you mean.
But not making spectacle of them, but giving them the opportunity to create the white light on their own and open it up and go on, or helping them do it, but not make spectacle of them. And I think if we point out in any movement that we do in the paranormal that we're not trying to make spectacle of them, scream and holler, act like fools and run around,
Right.
it would help them more than
I
anything.
think that's what it wants. It got very excited once again. You were talking about helping them.
Yeah, so that kind of gives Fear Frontier something to listen
So
to.
we
have
so
some new inventions to
so
go
just
on.
concentrate.
Yeah.
The easiest way to do it is simply
Yeah.
concentrate our thought on pinpointing a spot of light that opens for them. That's all. It takes no real effort on our part, even when we're in physical form. So
I very much enjoy
It's
that.
red.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
you'll still have others that will come. So you're not going to be without
Yeah,
someone.
no, yeah,
You know, others will come, but because they'll
It
come
went
for
full
help.
red. We said others will come. It
Yeah.
shot so red. And others
How
will.
many are with us right now?
Which, yeah, probably.
Yes, there are a few others, by the way.
Yeah. In fact, my hand's like suddenly freezing and the AC is no longer on.
Yeah, there are a few others in here.
Which my right hand tends to go cold when I mention the woman in the white dress. This is actually something I've noticed.
Because last time I was by the bed.
Now, for time's sake, though, as fascinating as this is, we'll have to go ahead and follow Sonia back to the parlor.
It's okay. The talk is all we needed for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they now you.
Now we have something to focus on.
Yeah.
To learn about. Yeah.
It is real.
And I think we used to the same thing.
Yeah, the two of the guys in the last tour mentioned that picture. Yeah. Absolutely. Said absolutely. And then, for time's sake, there might be service.
Oh, fine. I'll bring my cards back.
She likes playing with. She brought out tarot cards. She likes playing with tarot cards, but we are getting close to the closing minutes of Goldfield. So I do want to share one more quick story before you go, with also a piece of evidence. Not quite as lovely as what we were learning back there. This one is definitely on the darker side, in my opinion. Now, on our nighttime tour, we have a nighttime tour that goes all over Goldfield, even goes into the mine. and that's a lot of fun. But sometimes people go on that tour and they're not expecting much to happen and then are thoroughly surprised when it does, including one man that approached me halfway through the tour and said that he is not very used to paranormal. He doesn't experience much paranormal, but on our tour, him and his family felt followed, watched, even harassed. They said something they couldn't see was pulling their kid's hair and was actually shoving him at one point, and he asked me if he was safe. Now, I assured him that he was, and at the end of the tour, we always wind up coming in here, and while I was talking...
Right now.
Right now, yeah.
Right now.
We are right now into here. And while I was talking, I noticed that same man was over here by the bar, sort of pacing back and forth nervously. I wasn't sure if I was going to reach out and talk to him or if I wanted to speak to him after the tour. But before I could even make that decision, I was actually interrupted by a woman over by the cabinet there. That woman actually pointed right at that man and said, "Sir, it doesn't like police officers." And he would stop walking and turn.
I was hurting.
What is that?
I was hurting.
I was hurting?
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's also there's another person that's sort of been hurting too. He turned towards her and said, "Ma'am, how did you know I was a police officer?" And then she said, "What's furthermore, the one that is harassing your family is watching you from that room right there." She pointed right at the darkness of the service room. And to humor her, I think, he would turn with his camera and he took a picture of that room. And the picture that he captured, Michael is going to share right now. What was the last thing the spirit box said?
Why are you here?
Learning about you.
So something about that attention comment that the spirit box just made. I know when toddlers need attention, they start acting out.
All right.
To get it from mom. So I wonder if sometimes the spirits get attention from us and provide attention because they want to be acknowledged.
It could be.
Yeah.
And
So they act out.